Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up our span, parallel feet, cross and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, practicing our golden cockerel, remembering our good Tai Chi posture, dropping our shoulders, middle finger to the side seam of our pants, tucking our butt in, hollowing out our chest, head erect, chin slightly down, tongue on our palate, opening up our span a little bit more, shifting our weight to the left, up, golden cockerel. Down, shift weight, up, center, counterbalance, up, center and counterbalance, up, down, shift weight, up, down, and up. Right hand on the outside, right foot coming up, kicking out in line. Down, center, left foot, left hand up, and out. Shift weight, center, and out. Center, up, and out. One more set. Down, shift weight, center, and out. Down, center, and out. Holding our ball in a T stance, root down on the back or right foot. Check the size of your ball. Think about what you're going to do. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. Out on an L stance, bottom hand advances to present that snack to your friend. Here it is. Sit back all the way. Twist step. Hold your ball in a T stance. Out and to the side. L stance. Bow stance. Sit back. Twist step. Hold your ball in a T stance. Out and to the side. Part the wild horse's mane. Sit back. Twist step. Hold your ball in a T. L stance. Part the wild horse's mane. Listen carefully. Flip that hand and join it. Sit back. Twist step. 12 o'clock cup. Open up to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, flip meet, close. Middle or cup. Flip meet, open. Middle or cup. Only flip meet. Cup and stem. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, flip meet, close. Middle or cup. Flip meet, open. Middle or cup. Only flip meet. Shift your weight out of cloud hands to do a golden cockerel. Down, shift weight up, down, right hand, right foot up, kicking out. Left hand, left foot up, and out. Holding a ball in a T stance, root down on the left foot, we're going to ward off or do the grasping of the bird's tail. Out on an L stance, ward off. Finish up your rotation, grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, then square, then contact at your wrist to push that energy out. Separate, roll back, roll up and forward. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball on a T stance. We're going to grasp the bird's tail. Out on an L stance, ward off. Finish up your rotation and grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, then square, then energy at your wrist to push out. Separate, roll back, roll up and forward. Sit back, listen carefully, hold your ball in a T stance. Out and to the side. Part the wild horse's mane, going over cloud hands. Flip that hand and join it. Sit back, Pivot on your heel, 12 o'clock cup and stem. Pivot on your heel, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, flip meet, close. Middle or cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip and open. Middle or cup at 12 o'clock. 10, 9 o'clock, flip meet only. Middle or cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip meet, close. 12 o'clock, middle or cup. 11, 10, 9 o'clock, open. Cup, middle. Only flip, meet. Shift your weight up. Folding cockerel. Down, shift weight up. Folding cockerel. Listen carefully. Hold your ball on a T stance. Out and to the side, ward off. And yet, grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, square, then contact, push. Separate, roll back. Roll up and forward. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball on the T stance. Listen carefully. Out and to the side, ward off. And yet, grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, square, then contact, push. Separate, roll back. Roll up and forward. Listen carefully. Sit back, twist step, left hand parallel to your waist, right hand higher. What are we going to do? Are we going to present a snack as if we're parting the wild horse's mane? No, we don't have that ball. We can't do that. Are we going to grasp the bird's tail by warding off? No, we don't have our ball. What are we going to do? We're going to multitask to brush our knee. Here we go. Heel, hand, ear, turn your face, brush your knee. Sit back all the way. Pivot on your heel, right hand parallel, left hand higher. Out with your heel, bring it to your ear, turn your face, brush your knee. Sit back, twist step, there's a drill. Left hand parallel, right hand higher. We're going to brush our knee. Ear, hand, heel, turn your hips and waist to brush your knee. Sit back, twist step, right hand parallel, left hand higher. Ear, heel, hand, face, brush your knee. Very good. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball in a T stance. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. Out and to the side. Here it is. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball in a T. Out and to the side. Part the wild horse's mane. Here it is. Sit back, twist step, listen carefully. Hold your ball in a T. Out and to the side. Part the wild horse's mane. Here it is. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball in the T, listen carefully. Out and to the side, ward off. Finish up your rotation and grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, square, then contact. Push that energy out. Push your opponent away. Roll back to gather up energy to push him up and forward. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball on a T. Out and to the side, ward off. But yet, grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, square, energy up at contact to push out. Separate, roll back. Roll up and forward. What are we going to do now? We're going to learn a new lesson. After you push your opponent away, the next movement is called apparent closing. Listen and follow. Sit back, pivot on your heel, pivot on your other heel to open. The hand follows the foot. Pivot on your heel to come in, hand follows. Shift your weight to the left and put your right hand on the inside of your cross as you pull up your tiger. Rotate on your wrists so both palms are facing you. push out that energy, shoulder width away, drop your shoulders, make yourself small as you close your form. So this is the only movement that we have not done. So let's go over it again. We're doing grasping of the bird's tail on our right. Everybody ready? Right hand on the bottom, left foot has our energy stored. We're holding our ball in a T stance. Out and to the side on an L stance. Push your opponent away with all that power and energy that you have, but finish that rotation to flip and meet and bring down the bird's tail, then push it back out with all that energy stored up. Roll back, roll up first, and then push him away. Sit back, pivot, hold your ball on a T stance. Out and to the side, ward off. Energy up and across, and finish it up with that rotation to pull down the bird's tail. Look back, turn, then energy pushes out at your wrist, rolling back, rolling up and forward. Here's a new movement. Sit back, pivot on your heel as you turn, pivot on your heel to open, pivot on your heel to come in, shift your weight to the left with your right hand on the inside of your cross, bringing it up as if you're embracing the tiger, rotating on your wrists, palms facing, push out. Separate, drop your shoulders as we're closing our form. Wrap around, heel up, off the ground, toe down, heel down. Okay, so can you watch to see how we can better do our apparent closing and closing form? So we said that we would be doing our warding off. So I'm going to ward off this way, grasp the bird's tail, energy stored at my contact at my wrist to push all that energy back out, rolling back, pushing my opponent up and then pushing him out forward. Sit back, twist step, hold the ball on the T stance, last warding off or last grasping of the bird's tail. Out and to the side, energy up from my back foot, across, flipping him down and pulling him down and looking back. Energy stored on my back foot, coming through my wrist to push him out, separating, rolling back, pushing him up, pushing him out. This is apparent closing. Sit back, pivot and turn, pivot and open, pivot in, move my hand in. To embrace the tiger, I shift my weight to my left foot and I tuck my right wrist inside my cross. My right wrist is tucked inside my cross as if I were embracing the tiger. At chest level, I rotate my wrist so that now the palms are facing me. The energy of my left wrist pushes out my right wrist. At shoulder width away, I then drop my shoulders, make myself small, wrap around as if just the opposite of commencing form. We now close our form. Okay, so that's what I want to work on today. So I'm going to do the apparent closing form, the new movement, as if I were teaching you from how you're standing, okay? So I'm going to actually have to start my, using my forearm to push my opponent away, finishing up my rotation to grasp the bird's tail, sit down, sit back, pull back, look back, turn, energy stored up to then push them out, separate, roll back, roll up, and then out. Sit back, pivot, hold my ball in a T stance, out and to the side, ward off. Push him out, and then flip him down and pull him back. look back. Energy stored on my back foot, I'm going to have to bring it up and push him out again. Roll back, push him up and then out. New movement, sit back, twist, pivot and turn, pivot and open, pivot and in. And the reason why I faced you is because I wanted you to see my right hand on the inside of my cross. Then I rotate at my chest level, where both palms are now facing me. Push out with the energy of my left wrist, separating at shoulder width away, dropping my shoulders, making myself small, flexing my knees, wrapping around, and closing my forearm. Okay? You want to try that? So I think the hardest thing that you can't see, but just have to kind of listen, and then we can practice this motion. So when I say that the right hand is on the inside of the cross, can you do this with your right hand on the inside of the cross? Okay? Now, it's like this. You're coming up to pull that tiger up. At shoulder or at chest level, you start to rotate on your wrists. So there's always a contact of the two wrists. So now your palms are facing you, right? Now, there's no other way but the energy of the left wrist has to push out the other wrist. Both palms are now facing the ground, and you're making yourself small, and my gap is 2. Okay? So show me how you put your right wrist inside of your cross. Okay? And then how do you embrace your tiger? Bring him up. And what do you do at this point at chest level? You rotate. So both palms are facing you now. And then you push out. Okay, push out, separate, drop your shoulders, make yourself small. Okay, try to do it again, okay? So right hand on the inside of your cross, you're touching it, okay? You're pulling the tiger up, you're rotating so that both palms are now facing you. What do you have? The energy of your left wrist to push out your right. Push, 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 push. Palms are down. Then shoulder width away, you're dropping your shoulders, making yourself small. Then you're wrapping around, heel up, off the ground, toe down, closing forearm. Okay, let's try it again. Okay. Then by the time you're done, the hands are down, just the way we began, right at the middle here, rather. All right. Let's start from grasping of the bird's tail, going this way. Okay. All our energy stored on our back or left foot. Our right foot has no weight on it. It's in a T stance. The right foot is moving because it's insubstantial. Therefore, the right hand is on the bottom because it's going to come out. The left hand is about chest level, holding your ball on a T. Energy stored on the left or back foot. The energy has to come from the left foot somehow up across the leg, through your chest, and out to push your opponent away, because you want that power to push that opponent away, okay? Holding your ball, right hand on the bottom, right foot ready to go. Out and to the side, ward off. Finish up your turn and flip your hand and meet it, and pull down, pull back. Look back as you drag down the bird's tail. Turn, energy, contact at your wrist to push out. Separate, roll back, roll up, and push your opponent away from you. Sit back, pivot, left hand on the bottom, right hand on the top of the ball to hold it on a T stance. You're going to push your opponent away by using your forearm. Out on an L stance, energy up across your chest, across your body, through your forearm, and then finish it off with that power to pull him down. Pull him back and look back. Turn, then square, the energy comes through. Cross your wrist, out, rotate back, push him up, push him out. Sit back, pivot and turn, pivot and open, pivot and in. Store the energy on your left foot so that you can insubstantiate the right foot to bring it closer. Right hand on the inside of your cross. Rotate on your wrist so both palms are facing. Push out with the energy of the left wrist so that both palms are facing the ground, shoulder width away. Then drop your shoulders. Everything comes down, including your knees, because you dropped your shoulders. Wrap around, heel up, on your toe, balance off the ground, toe down, closing form. Okay? How was that? Good? Commencing form. Slowly drain the weight off of our left foot as our heel comes up on our toe, open, toe down, sole, arch, heel. Hands rotate to the middle of our thighs, taking a deep breath in. As we inhale, shoulder level, exhale, flex our knees, make ourselves small. Left hand in the middle, right hand up higher, open to the ceiling, bringing it to your ear, turning your face, meeting both hands in the middle to repulse the monkey. Center, up higher, look at it, open, bring it to your ear, turn your face, meet in the middle, repulse of the monkey. T stance, right hand higher, left hand parallel. Here we go to multitask to brush our knee. Ear, hand, heel, turn your hips and waist, brush your knee. Catch that ball in the center. Sit back all the way. Pivot on your heel. Right hand parallel, left hand higher on a T. Ear, heel, hand, face. Turn the hips and waist to brush your knee too. Sit back. Twist step. Hold your ball on a T stance. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. Out on an L stance. Bottom hand advances, energy up and across. Here it is. Sit back, pivot, shift your weight, hold your ball on a T. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. Out on an L stance, O stance. Flip that hand and join it, then sit back. 12 o'clock, pivot, cup, and stem. Out to the 10, 9 o'clock by pivoting, shifting our weight, closing our feet. 12 o'clock, middle or stem or cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip and open your stance. 12 o'clock, address the stem and the cup. 11, 10, 9 o'clock, only flip your hands. 12 o'clock, stem and cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip and close your stance. 12 o'clock, middle, stem or cup. 11, 10, 9 o'clock, flip and open. 12 o'clock, stem and cup. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, only flip your hands. And 12 o'clock, cup and stem, up, shift your weight, golden cockerel. Down, shift weight, up, golden cockerel. Shift weight, right hand, right foot up, and out. Open up your span, left hand, left foot up, and out. Holding our ball on a T stance, we're going to ward off. Out and to the side, forearm your opponent and finish him off and drag him down. Pull him back and look back. Turning, squaring energy at your wrist to push him out. Separate, rolling back, rolling up and out. Sit back, pivot, left hand on the bottom to hold your ball. We're going to ward off. Out and to the side, L stance. Bottom hand advances to push him out, and yet grasp the bird's tail. Pull down, pull back, look back. Turn, then square, then contact at your wrist to push, separate, roll back, roll up, and forward. Sit back, pivot and turn, pivot and open, pivot in. Weight on the left to embrace the tiger, right hand on the inside of the cross. Bring him up, rotate at your wrist, palms facing. Push out with the energy of your left hand so that both palms now are down to the floor as they separate. Shoulder width away, drop your shoulders, make yourself small. Wrap around to the side seam of your pants. Heel up, off the ground, toe down, closing form. Okay? Easy, right? Not bad. I mean, when you first came, you thought you couldn't do Tai Chi, and now you're doing it. So it's not that that difficult, because you stayed with the program, you studied, and you are aware of feet alignment, and you know that basically it's always T stance, L stance, O stance, except when you get to cloud hands, when there's a sideways motion. And you went further on to learn that the hand movements are dictated by your whole body. It is never just a hand motion. And you recall from your last week's lesson that if Tai Chi is based on martial arts, you surely have to use the energy stored on this back leg to power and push off your opponent and finish up the rotation to then grasp the bird's tail, okay? So all of this gets better over time, gets better as you do it over and over again, and things will start to click in. Now the bigger pieces of the puzzle are coming together. And as we get more experience and we do it and we understand the principles, things tighten up. So it's a complete whole set rather than something piecemeal. All right, so one person said that commencing form is harder. And really, when you think about it, you are having to hold your body weight and you have to balance, and you're just starting the movement. So in some ways, it can be, if done correctly, it can be more of a challenge. Whereas when you repulse the monkey, all you have to do is be in a semi-squat position, and you have to just remember the centering, the higher, and bringing it. And it's just kind of a still movement, yet not a still movement because you're using your core rather than just your hands. So good. All right, next two. The next two are brush your knee compared with parting of the wild horse's mane, okay? So which is harder? Okay, so here again, when we brush our knee, it's sort of logical because there's so many things going on. So many things going on at one time. So we remember that one hand is higher, one hand is my parallel, rather than this, it's this way. And we're going to bear down on our rooted or energy stored on our back foot, and we're going to have to do so many things together to make that movement smooth. And when we come back this way, our hands are used to holding a ball, but now it's doing something a little bit different. And I always refer that when we hold a ball, we're centering ourselves and keeping our consolidating our energy. But in brush knee, we are in a way, because this hand's higher and this hand is lower, it's almost like a counterbalance. So when we come together, it's actually helping us to move. So there is some a safety net, even if we are not holding a ball. The other one that we compared it to can be difficult if you cannot remember that it's parting the wild horse's mane. So we're going up the horse's mane and parting his mane. But sometimes we forget when we get really into doing Tai Chi, and we have to say, does she mean warding off, or does she mean giving out a snack? So therefore, the imagery is very different. When you part the wild horse's mane, you are like giving a snack to your friend in front of you. Whereas when you ward off, you're going to have to not be so polite, and you're going to have to use more energy to use your forearm to push him away. Okay, and we remember that when we do this, we are using the energy stored on our back leg, so there's nothing here because it's going to advance. So how is this energy going to help me to forearm him away and finishing up the turn to power him down, pull him back? So then what's left? How many say cloud? Let's decide between cloud hands and warding off. All of warding off, grasping the bird's tail. How many say cloud hands is more difficult than warding off? Wow, okay, and how many say the opposite, that warding off is harder? Okay, so why is cloud hands more difficult? Because we're used to a T and an L and a bowl. But this time, we've got to not just think about a sideways motion, but we have to think about where our hands play. Plus, I think what's difficult is that there's a certain pattern to it, and you have to know when to close your feet and close your hands, and when not to. So let's practice that, okay? All right. So to get into cloud hands, we are parting the wild horse's mane for the second time. Bearing down on our back foot, right foot has no weight on our T, right hand on the bottom. It's going to advance to part the wild horse's mane. Here we go. Out and to the side, bottom hand advances, part the wild horse's mane. Here it is. Flip that hand and join it. Then sit back on your heel. Pivot on your heel to 12 o'clock, stem and cup. Pivot on your heel to come out to a 9 o'clock. Shift your weight, close your stance, flip your hands. Moving into the 12 o'clock position, stem and cup. Moving into the 3 o'clock position, flip and open. Coming into 12, cup and stem. 11, 10, 9, only flip your hands. 11, 12 o'clock, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip meet, close your stance. So this is probably going to be for memory that you're going to have to learn this sequence. 9 o'clock, flip and open. Middle, cup, stem. 3 o'clock, only flip meet. We've done enough cloud hands. We'll shift our weight to the left and center ourselves and come up as a golden cocktail. Down, center ourselves, and come up as a golden cocktail. Let's practice getting to our new movement with right hand, right foot up, kicking out. In, down. Left foot, left hand up, and out. Holding our ball on the T stance. What are we going to do? We've done parting the wild horse's mane to get into cloud hands, so now we need to ward off. Out into the side, L stance. Forearm your opponent. Save that energy to pull him down. Look back at him. Energy stored in our back or left leg. Pushing him out again. Rolling back. Rolling up and out. Sit back. Pivot. Left hand on the bottom, right hand on the top for holding your ball. We're going to forearm on the other side. Out into the L stance. Energy up and across to forearm and finish up your rotation and pull him down. Look back. Energy stored on the back foot and coming up and across and out to push him yet another time. Rolling back, pushing up and out. Sit back, pivot and turn. open on a pivot and open, pivot in and follow that foot, shift your weight to the left with your right hand on the inside of the cross as you embrace the tiger up, pivot on your wrists, both palms facing you now, push out with the energy of your left wrist, palms facing down, shoulder width away, dropping your shoulders, making yourself small, wrap around, up on your heel, balance off the ground, toe down, closing form.
They're all hard if I don't concentrate. I have to concentrate on what I do. And sometimes my brain wanders off and then it's like, where am I? And I try to follow the person next to me.
So is that an advantage or a disadvantage when your brain has to work?
It's, that's a trick question. You have to keep it focused. Otherwise, you lose it.
Okay, so that's really good. I'm glad you could see that and voice it. And I think we all would agree with what John said, that to compare one or two movements is easy, but when you put it all together, unless you focus and concentrate, everything gets very challenging and difficult. So why are we in Tai Chi? We want the stamina, we want the muscles, we want the conditioning, we want the balance, and we want to prevent falls, but we also want to keep it, stimulate our mind. Therefore, it's a plus. Yes, it's a discipline that requires full concentration, not just on sequencing, but like he says, well, what is it we're going to do? Is it going to be pushing our opponent away, or is it going to be like clouds? And when we're in each of the movements, what are we doing? Not just looking at the face of the clock, we're moving our hips and waists at the same time, recognizing when we're going to close and when we're going to open and when we're going to stop and then end it this way. It's a whole bunch of stuff that just keeps at us, keeps on us. We have to be on task. So I agree with you, and I think that can be very stimulating and a very big plus and an advantage, that we can learn a discipline, yet be relaxed, but yet challenge our mind. I must say, though, that you will move on to another part of your journey where that will then become more relaxing because it grows on you. And that's one of our ultimate goals. We're moving into that.
I want to address what John was concerned about and just pull you back to one of the basic tenets of Tai Chi. Tai Chi, the philosophy is that the mind controls the body. It's your intention and it's your will to do a given movement, and then you execute it physically. So when you first learn Tai Chi, and those who are relatively new, it's just sequencing. When does parting of the horse's mane come, and when does cloud hands come, etc. And at that level, the mind has to be focused enough to say, now I'm going to do commencing form, now I'm going to do repulsing the monkey. It's at that simple level. But then you start to do physical activity, and it goes to where are my arms and my legs and my body supposed to go. And that's, you have to some degree, commit to memory and learn that level of sequencing. And then your mind tells you, okay, we're going to do parting of the horse's mane, and these are the physical things that are involved. And it gets more and more complex as you get more sophisticated. But be patient with yourselves, okay? It comes at different rates and different paces. It doesn't go at a smooth acceleration and advancement. Sometimes you may sit at a particular level of performance and just say, geez, I'm not getting anything new. Then all of a sudden, the light bulb goes on and you say, And it's not going to be a total revelation. It's bits and pieces that come both physically and mentally. But remember to concentrate on what you're trying to do. The mind controls the body. And that is part of the mental aspect of Tai Chi. It makes you focus intensely on what you're doing. And all the things that you walked in the door with, whether you say, geez, after I finish here, I gotta go and do such and such. Wait till you get into Tai Chi and you finish your session and you take a moment and you say, oh, what do I have to do now? And many of the things that you came in the door with have been put back to the foreground, to the background. And that's the part of relaxation with Tai Chi, mental relaxation, stress reduction. So use your minds to control your body. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was Tai Chi are a movement, or at least Yang Tai Chi is a movement of circles and spirals. And connected with that is how you use your body. Joints are meant to be bent, flexed, never fully extended, because you're trying to, on one hand, making circles, but it's very hard to do circles when your hand is sticking out very far, versus much easier. Circles, cloud hands, circles, or spirals. I'm just doing this. And then I'm combining this with this. This is going in this direction. Slightly not in sync, in sort of one is doing one direction and the other is doing the other. But what are they doing? This hand is doing this. Flip, come down, circle, cup, come up. Same thing with say, if you're parting the horse's mane. Grasping the bird's tail. It's ward off. The circle is sort of like so. You're coming forward. The circle and spiral even does this. And then it comes down. So coming down. Sort of spiraling here and circling. Coming forward, spiraling and circling, down. And you see my joints are not fully extended. And that's of martial arts derivation. You never want to be fully extended for a couple of reasons. If you have this extended and you do this, what happens? This joint is the only joint that moves. This is stuck. Whereas if you have it bent, you can be doing this and you can be doing this. You could be using this or you could be using this, but if you use both of them together, you've got many parts of your extremities that you're moving. But for us, it's to help us move our muscles and move our joints. That's why we do them. So when you first start, you're sort of doing one of these things, but really it's moving your hands in circles, and the joints are loose and bent. They're never rigid.
We talk about mainly that the crossover for Tai Chi helps us with prevention of falls and maybe a sense of relaxation also. But along with our mind being challenged to not only learn the sequence, but everything that we have to remember about the movement itself, each movement, the spin-off, I think, and I hear it, I feel it, and I actually feel that it's Tai Chi related, is that if you have a busy schedule in a confined time or throughout the day, your practice of Tai Chi and the discipline that it requires helps you to accomplish the things that are important, and you get by without being flustered. And I really believe that it comes with the Tai Chi discipline. It also helps you to stay focused, to maybe even prioritize as to what to do, and say to yourself, I know there's a lot more to be done, but I just have to go methodically through the beginning of our day, and it seems to be Tai Chi related. So, okay, so Tai Chi is a discipline that focuses, and you are dealing with the moment at hand. And through that discipline, when you carry it over to everyday activities, that is a crossover right there. Also, now we're talking about how martial arts fits in, two things that we need to remember. When we do Yang style Tai Chi, our arms are never clenched down to our body. And we always have a really vivid image. We have a raw egg under our armpits. So this raw egg needs to be held there so that it has to be this way rather than clenched down. Good Tai Chi posture. Commencing form. Open. Rotate. Up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Make yourself small. Flex your knees. Repulsing of the monkey. Center, higher, open. Glance, follow, turn, meet, slide, push forward. Center, higher, open, ear, turn, meet, slide. T, parallel and higher. We're going to multitask, ear, heel, hand, face, brush your knee. Sit back all the way. Pivot, parallel and higher, ear, heel, hand. Turn your hips and waist to brush your knee. Sit back, pivot, firm down, hold your ball on the T. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. Out on an L stance, bottom hand advances. Here's your snack. Sit back, twist step, hold your ball on the T. Out and to the side, part the wild horse's mane, 2. Flip that hand and join it, then sit back, pivot, 12 o'clock, stem and cup, 10, 9 o'clock, flip and close your stance, middle or cup, 3 o'clock, flip knee, cloud hands, 12 o'clock, stem and cup, 10, 9, only flip, middle or cup, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, flip meet, close your stance. 12 o'clock, cup and stem. 9 o'clock, flip meet, open, middle or cup at 12. 3 o'clock, only flip meet. Center, stem and cup at 12. Shift your weight up, golden cockerel. Shift weight, up, golden cockerel. Shift weight, right hand, right foot up, and out. In, shift weight, left hand, left foot up, and out. Holding our ball on a T stance, moving to the right, out and to the side, push your opponent away. Use that power to drag him down. Energy stored and then contact to push him out again. As we grasp the bird's tail, pulling up and then out. Sit back, twist step, left hand on the bottom to hold your ball on the tee. Out on an L stance, use your forearm to push him out, but yet grasp the bird's tail. Pull him down, pull him back, look back. Use that energy to contact to push him out again. Separate, pull back, roll up and forward. Sit back, twist and turn, open and open, in and in, off the ground, right hand on the inside of the cross as we embrace the tiger, pull him up, palms facing, push him out, separate, drop your shoulders, make yourself small, wrap around as we close our form. Okay, round 2, commencing form. Repulsing of the monkey. Brush knee. The wild horse's mane. Cloud hands. Moving on to golden cockerel. And kick out. Grasp the bird's tail. Other side. And closing. Raise the tiger. Closing form.